Alright, so in this video, we're going to be looking at finding the semi-interquartile range. Start off with, we need to actually know what quartiles are. So the one which we're quite familiar with is the median. So that is sort of like our middle quartile, but we just typically use that word median. Sometimes we shorthand it to Q2. Then we got next our lower quartile. So we can shorthand that to Q1. And the way to find the lower quartile is essentially to find the median of the first half. And you'll see what I mean in a second about that. Then our upper quartile, that's our Q3, and it's the same idea. So you want to find the median of the second half. And once we got that information, then we can start working towards finding the semi-interquartile range. But before we find that, just as a quick little recap, so remember, when we want to find the range, so whenever we want to find the range, we are going to do the highest take away lowest. So that's how we find our range. The issue with range is it's not that much of a reliable bit of data, because if you've got something that is wildly, you've got a set of data and then let's say the highest number is suddenly about 20, 30 more than all the previous bits of data which were a lot closer together, that really affects the range. So we don't like using it because it allows too many anomalies to affect it greatly. So what we like to do, we like to try and look at a smaller set and specifically more what's towards the center of a bit of data. And that's where our semi-interquartile range. So the build up, how we find that, think about it this way. If I wanted to find the interquartile range, it's using the same kind of idea of that highest takeaway lowest, but it's going to be my highest quartile, which is at Q3, take away my lowest quartile, which is at Q1. However, again, we like to make things a little bit smaller, and that's where we bring in our semi-interquartile range. And think about semicircles, what that means. A semicircle is just half of a circle, so the semi-interquartile range is just going to be half of my interquartile range. And so this is what we're going to be using. So we'll do Q3, take away Q1, and then we divide it by 2. Okay, so let's take a look at some examples on that then. So I've got 4 total for us to have a look at. So let's take a look at this first one here. So we want to find a semi-interquartile range for all of these. First thing I need to do is put it in order. So putting in order, I've got the 2, 4, 5, and 6. 2, 4, 5, and 6. Then 2 8s, a 9, and then 11. So I need to start working out what my median is first. So working my way through. So front, back, front, back, front, back. Then I'm left with 2 in the middle. So that means my median is going to be here. And if I was to calculate that, that leaves my median as 7. So now I need to find out what Q1 and Q2 are. So we've got these 2 sections before and after the median. So those are the 2 sections which we are going to look at for this. So I'm going to basically do the exact same again. I'm going to find the median of those 2 sections there. So starting again, we're doing front, back, and then again I can't do another front, back without crossing it all out, so that means my Q1 is going to be in between here. And again, if need be, you can add them up and divide by 2 to find out what's there, so that's going to be 4.5. Because 4 to 5 is going to give me 9, then 9 divided by 2 is 4.5. Okay, so let's take a look at our Q3 then. It's the same idea. Front, back. Again, it's going to be in between here, so that's going to be my Q3. And so that is just going to come out as 8.5. And an important thing to pay attention to after you've done your Q1, Q2, and Q3 is take a look at the numbers we have in each of our sets. I've always got a grouping of 2. So you should always see you're going to have the same numbers total in each sort of little 4 sections. So if it does differ, say for instance in one section you've got 3 numbers, in another section you've got 1, that means you've made an error with doing your quartiles. So then lastly, finding my semi-interquartile range. So that's going to be my Q3, take away Q1 divided by 2, so that's 8.5, take away 4.5 divided by 2. 8.5 take away 4.5, that's just going to be 4. So 4 divided by 2 is just going to give me 2. Okay, let's take a look at the next one then. So next one, same idea again. I'm going to put these numbers all in order. So I've got, working my way through. I've got the 3 here. Then I've got this 5 and 6, 7, 2 sets of 9s, the 10, and then the 12 and the 15. So finding out first my median, front, back, front, back, front, back, front, back, and I'm left with 9 as my median, so that's my median there. And then again, I've got these 2 sections, and you do not include where the median is, because you see that I've got a group of 4 and a group of 4 on either side. So doing the same thing again, front, back, and I'm left with 2 numbers now. So in the middle there, that's my Q1, which is just going to be 5.5. And same idea, front, back, in the middle there, that's going to be my Q3, which is just going to come out as 11. So my semi-interquartile range is going to be 11, take away 5.5, divided by 2. So 11 take away 5.5, that is just still going to be 5.5 divided by 2, which is just going to come out as 2.75. Okay, last 2 sets on these. So again, putting them all in order. So I'm starting off with 4 here, and then I've got 6, 7, 8, and then next is going to be these 2 10s, that 11, then I've got the 2 13s, and then that 16. So finding out my median, front, back, front, back, front, back, front, back. And again, I'm in the middle here. And think about it this way, if I did 10 of 10 divided by 2, that's just still going to come out as 10. And once again, I've got these sets of 5 numbers now on either side of my median. So I now want to find the median of those halves. So scoring it out, front, back, and I'm left with 7 there. So 7 is going to be my Q1. And here, 13 is going to be my Q3. So my semi-interquartile range is going to be that 13, take away the 7, divided by 2. 13 take away 7, that's going to give me 6, divided by 2, which is just going to come out as 3. Last one then, again, putting it in order. So I've got the 1 there, then I've got the 3 and the 4, and that 5. Then we've got 2 lots of 7, the 8, and then the 2 lots of 10, the 12, and that 14. Finding my median, front, back, front, back, front, back, front, So that's 7 there. That is going to be my median of the Q2. And then again, front, back, that 4 is going to be my Q1. Front, back, and that 10 is going to be my Q3. So my semi-interquartile range is going to be my Q3, take away my Q1 divided by 2. So it's going to be 6 divided by 2, which is just going to give me 3. So that's how to find the semi-interquartile range. Now, normally in questions, majority of the time they're going to be in some context and they're going to ask you to find the median and the semi-interquartile range and then compare them. So the next video we'll be looking at how to write those comparison statements, but we won't be doing any of the calculations in it. But let me know if you have any questions, and good luck with the work.